Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today for another session of Creative Aging here at the library. I'm Sharon. I'm the Makerspace librarian here, and I'm really excited to bring you today's project. It's a short and sweet and simple and very adorable bird craft that are coming in kits from Collective Pueblo for us today. I still have quite a few kits left over. In fact, I have kits for the entire month. So if you're interested in picking up some kits from me and you haven't picked them up yet and you maybe missed registration, go ahead and send me an email. I'll pop my email into the comments, sharon.rice@pueblolibrary.org, and I will get those kits ready for you. Just as an FYI, you have to pick them up here at the Rawlings Library. I don't send them out to other branches unless there's really extenuating circumstances, so keep that in mind if that is something that is difficult for you to get into the building. You can always pick them up curbside as well. All right, with that, let's get started on our video. Give me 2 seconds to get it queued up. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Creative Aging program today. Today we're having another really fun kit brought to you by Collective Pueblo. Today we're going to be making spring birds, and I have the supplies here for one bird. There's 2 birds in the kit, so I have some cool, fun colors. I have a button for an eye. I have some felt to make a beak, and then I have 2 pre-cut birdies. They all need to face the same direction, so make sure that you aren't doing something silly with your felt pieces. They should kind of line up just like that. I've got some fluffy stuff, and I've got a pre-threaded needle with some cotton in it. All right, let's get started. So this is a pretty simple project today. So first I need to cut myself out a wing from this fabric, and I'm trying to figure out, there's a pattern that I like a little bit more. I kind of like this guy, so I'm going to cut his along here. If you don't have a kit, any piece of calico that you have at your house would be fine. I have some people who watch my programs from as far away as Michigan, I found out. Hi, Grandma. That's pretty fun. But for those of you who are here in Pueblo and have picked up a kit, you can do that. You do not have to use a pattern in the kit. I just think it's fun to try to go along with the pattern here for the wing. Because that's not terribly wing shaped, I'm just gonna I was just about to say I was gonna wing it. That's wrong. Or right, I suppose. But anyway, there we go. Look at that wing on that bird there. Okay. So now, because my thread is pre-threaded, we can go ahead and sew that wing onto the bird. And you can do it any way you'd like to. You can whip stitch it if you want, or you can running stitch it, or you could back stitch it. I'm going to probably just see if I can, again, keep some of the integrity of that pattern and actually back stitch it on just real quickly so that it just looks like it's just all sort of part of the design. I really enjoyed doing that when we made our house a few weeks ago. I liked back stitching on the design and doing knots that match the flowers and things like that. I thought it was a fun way to do the project. And there's lots of pearl cotton in this kit, which is what we're using. And you're more than welcome to use multiple colors. I'm not going to in this particular one just because if you ever watched me do this before, me and threading needles doesn't always work out as well as it could have. Oops. Not the best seamstress, but I think that we can all agree that as I've been doing these kits from Collective, I've been getting better. Makes me happy. Right. One more there, and I may not even stitch that. I'll let that just fray naturally so that as it goes, it might end up looking like feathers. All right. I just like the way that looks right there. Okay. Tie it off, and then we'll put on a button eye. I think I'm using the green button here. Somebody used my good scissors for it drives me crazy. Somebody may have used my good scissors for tape. Bummer. So that's how we're going to do the eye right there. Just real quick, sew the eye on. And I want to sew it that side up. My one trick with these sometimes is that my needle hole, or the eye of my needle, not the needle hole, the eye of my needle, is it's too wide to go through the buttons. Holes. That's no fun. All right, and then I'm not going to cut my thread because I need to sew a beak on. So that means I need to cut a beak out of this orange here. You'll see how I do. Kind of want a triangle. It'll come in at a little angle. It'll come in at a little angle there. And then I'm going to call that a beak. And snip it off. There we go. And I'm going to sew it on just right there. So you can sew that in when you whip stitch it if you'd like, but I'm just going to sew it in here so I don't have to try to remember to hold it. I don't think it'll make much of an aesthetic difference. Okay, now I'll tie that off and we can get started on sewing the body together. Okay, so here we go. Here's the bodies. The little birdie, pretty cute. But then I didn't notice, I don't think that they were included in this particular kit, a pin back or anything like that for these. But if you have any pin backs left over from a different kit or a magnet, you can totally use either one of those to go ahead and make a fastener. So for those of you guys who know how to do the blanket stitch, feel free to blanket stitch this. I do think it looks pretty. I'm not one of those people who knows how. I think if I watched a YouTube video, I'd probably be able to figure it out, but I don't know how, so I'm just going to whip stitch it. Around. And then once I get it pretty decently whip stitched, I will add some of the fluffy stuffing. And as always, as you guys are doing these projects, if you want to send me a picture of your finished project, please do. My email is sharon.rice, so my first and last name, at pueblolibrary.org. And I would love to see any pictures that you guys have of any finished products that you've done. As well as, if you just want to say hi. I'm always like to be told hi. But I do like to see what you guys are doing. And I can report back. I don't use anybody's names, so don't even worry about that. And show people that, we've been making some progress, that we've learned something cool. These kits are very generously funded by a grant from the Next 50 organization. Look at me, got a knot. Hold on. Every time I think I'm doing good, I get a knot. Anyways, these kits are made possible by a grant from the Next 50 organization, and I would like to be able to continue to offer these coming up next year. And I have another knot. That's what happens when I don't pay attention. So I like having examples to show the grant folks of what students here at the library are learning and doing. So please, please, please send in your pictures. All right, this is probably good enough where I can stuff it with some fluffy stuff. And again, I don't like my stuff terribly fluffy, but if you want yourself to have a really, really fat birdie, go down. I don't think my birdie needs to be too chubby. And then we'll just finish sewing them up. And when you do this, just make sure you hold that bird closed. Ta-da. I just got to hand it to Melissa. She makes the cutest stuff. And she's very, very creative and wonderful. And her store smells really, really good. So if you're ever in the Riverwalk area and just want to stop in and say hi to the person who comes up with these amazing kits for us every month, please do. I'm sure she'd love to see you. And then I'm going to sneak that around so that I can get the beak. Go through there. And I'll tie it off. But then there is our bird. And you can make 2 of these with the supplies in the kit. All right, guys, that's our project for this evening. Thanks for watching, and stay safe, stay healthy, and keep making, guys. Have a great night. Bye. Thanks for watching with me today. I hope you enjoy making your birdies. They're pretty cute. I hope you have a pin or a magnet or something lying around your house so that you can put your birdie up for display for everyone so everyone can see it. There we go. That's better. All right, guys, have a wonderful night. Hopefully we don't get snowed out of here this week. Who knows? Nobody does. But until then, stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy, and keep making. Have a great night, guys. Bye.